Shelley from Every Little Thing Yoga, and I have a great chair class for us today. So why don't we head over to our chairs and get started. All right, so just in case you are new to doing chair yoga with me, you just want to make sure to have a nice sturdy chair, not a rocking chair or something that's kind of wobbly. A sturdy one that can support your weight and your movement. You can put it on a yoga mat if you have one. That'll help it grip in a little more. But if you don't, no worries. Just make sure it's firm on the ground. And for props today, I think we might just be using yoga straps, which you could use for if you have a belt from your robe or a belt from your pants or even a kitchen towel sort of rolled up you could use if you didn't have a strap. I also have my blocks set out in case you need to lift the ground up to you at all, and then you could use some thick books and put your feet on those. And I also brought some pillows and a blanket for the end, and that's something you can always pause the video and grab now, or you can just turn the video off at the end and do your relaxation afterwards. All right, so now that we've gotten all that out of the way, I just wanted to remind everyone that yoga is supposed to be fun. It'll feel stretchy, it should feel good in your body, but I want everyone listening to their body. So if they feel a twinge or a pain, just take a break. You can put your feet flat on the ground and lean back in your chair. You could lay down. You could even pause the video and come back and just do it maybe in 10-minute segments or whatever works best for your body. Now, today's practice doesn't have a fancy name. I came up with joint health and mobility, and I didn't put a fancy name with it because I think it just sort of stands on its own. It's something that's really important. We all come to chair yoga for so many different reasons. It could be something as simple as we have a recent injury and we want to keep working out and keep our bodies active, but we want to be very gentle and support that area that got injured. It might be something more long-term, a medical condition like arthritis or a balance challenge. It could be a chronic pain that you have. So there's a lot of different reasons. But we all come to chair yoga to keep our bodies moving while still being supported. And it's for that reason that joint mobility and joint health is so very important. A lot of arthritis patients would know this, especially if you've ever had PT. I've had to have PT on my wrist, and the hardest thing is that if you have any sort of pain, you need to keep it moving, because if you don't, it's only going to get worse. And sometimes it seems almost counterintuitive, but it's really important to, in a controlled way, in a way that you're listening to your body and that you're supporting it, keep those joints moving and active. Now, myself, I woke up today and I had a ton of pain in my hip, and it could be that I slept funny. It could be hiking or working in the yard over the weekend. It could be that I taught a yoga class to some very enthusiastic kids yesterday, and we did some pretty awesome ninja moves. Whatever the reason is, since I had pain in my hip, I know that I'm going to make sure to stretch it out today when we do our workout, but I'm also going to be listening to it and listening to my body, and I just want to remind everyone that's watching this and practicing along with me, especially if there is an area where you have an injury or a medical condition, if you have body changes such as weight gain or pregnancy, just make sure that you're accommodating for any areas that might need a little extra support and care. All right, so I think we've gone through everything. We're going to start with a breathing exercise. Now remember, in yoga, when we breathe from our belly. We take the breath in, let it go all the way down to our belly. When we're stressed, sometimes we breathe like this and our shoulders go up, but in yoga we want to do grounding belly breaths. So I'll even show you when I breathe in, you can see that the breath has come all the way down here and my hands move out. That's always a good, I guess, gut check, you could even call it, because you actually have your hands there. But it's a good way to check and know that you're breathing correctly. But what we're going to do is something fun. And we're going to do roller coaster breathing or 5-finger breathing. You can call it either. And what we do is we're going to breathe in, and we're just going to trace our hand. And this is a real simple joint warm-up for each hand as we switch. So we'll give it a try. When we breathe in and trace up to the tip of your thumb. Breathe out as you go into the valley between your fingers. Then breathe in, trace up that index finger. Exhale as you go down into the valley. Nice job. Breathe in, trace up the middle finger. Breathe out, go down into the valley. Breathe in, trace up the ring finger. Breathe out, down into the valley. And breathe in, trace up to that pinky finger. and breathe out all the way down the side of your hand. Great job. Let's try that on the other hand. So whichever hand you were tracing before, switch them. We're going to breathe in, trace up to the top of the thumb. Breathe out as you come down to the valley. Breathe in, trace up your index finger. Breathe out as you trace down. Breathe in as you trace up your middle finger. Breathe out as you trace down. Breathe in as you trace up your ring finger. Breathe out as you trace down. And last finger, breathe in as we go up that pinky finger. And breathe out, come all the way down your hand. This is a really nice breathing technique, especially if you're just sometimes stressed, sometimes low energy. It can work in a lot of different ways, but just something that needs to give you a little more focus so you're not caught up in the thoughts in your head. Or if you're tired, this can be a way to sort of like wake you up because you're actually doing something along with your breath. But it's a nice way to just kind of bring your attention together, take 10 breaths, and get ready to go on with whatever activity you're doing next. So for us, the activity is our yoga class. We're going to start with very gentle head nods. So as much as your neck is available in motion, you can look up and bring it back down. Bring your chin towards your chest. Breathe in and bring your head back. Breathe out and bring the chin towards the chest. Nice work. One more. Breathe in, head up towards the sky. Breathe out, chin to chest. Okay, then we'll come back to center. And now we're just going to breathe in and look over one shoulder. Any amount that's comfortable. As we exhale, come through center with our head and our gaze. And then as we breathe in, look over our other shoulder. And then exhale, come back to center. Breathe in, look over your shoulder. Exhale, come back to center. Breathe in, look over your other shoulder. Exhale, come back to center. Nice job. Now we're going to bring our head. I'm taking the left side of my head, my ear, towards my left shoulder. And I'm going to take my left hand and gently place it on top of my head to give not even pressure. I don't want to say the word pressure. Just give a gentle weight to deepen the stretch. You can also keep that hand off. If this is enough stretch in the right side of your neck, keep the hand off and just hold it for a few breaths. Come back to center. And then we'll go to the other side. I have my right ear towards my right shoulder. If it's available and it feels good, bring that right hand up to rest on the left side of your head. Otherwise, just leave it down on your lap. Your body will tell you pretty quickly what feels comfortable and what doesn't feel comfortable. All right, come back to center. Now we're going to do some shoulder rolls, just a few. And if you don't have the mobility in your shoulders today to do a full roll, you can just shrug up and down as we roll them. But if you have that, go ahead and give it a try because that roll will really increase the mobility in your shoulder joints. So we're going to breathe in. Bring our shoulders up to our ears and roll them forward on the exhale. Breathe in, shoulders up to our ears and roll them forward on the exhale. All right, now we're going to reverse that direction. Breathe in, shoulders up and towards our ears and shoulder blades down our back on the exhale. Nice work. Try again. Breathe in, shoulders up and towards our ears and down our backs. Good work. Okay, now this one does not have a name, but again, it's great for getting all of our joints moving, especially in our arms. So put your hands out in front of you like it's a serving platter. And we're going to push our arms out, extend as much as you're able. And then on the exhale, bring your elbows in towards your ribs and rotate your shoulders so your hands go out to your sides and back. Great work. Breathe in, push the serving platter, hands out in front of us. On the exhale, elbows in towards your sides and roll those shoulders. Good work. Breathe in, hands out in front of you. Breathe out, elbows to sides. Rotate those shoulders one last time, hands to the side. Good work. Okay, so now we're going to go and do arm circles. This can be challenging if you have any tension in your shoulders or if weight bearing can be a little bit of a challenge in your arms or upper back. So only go as much as is comfortable. I'm going to bring my arms out parallel with the ground at my sides. But if here is more comfortable for you, you just want to make your circles with your arms angled down, that is perfectly wonderful as well. So just find where is comfortable. We don't want to go past parallel. You don't want your arms up here doing rotating. So parallel or anywhere in between. Bring your arms up, and we're going to roll them to the front. Good work. Go at whatever pace is comfortable. And then we're going to bring our elbows into the sides, kind of like the last exercise. Then we're going to put our arms back out and roll them to the back this time. You might find that here you want your arms lower because of how your shoulders feel going backwards, or you may be in the same position you were before. And then we'll bring our arms into the side and place our hands on our lap. And then we're going to breathe in. Push our arms out in front of us, fingers pointed up, and we're going to keep our right hand pointed up, take our left hand and gently, not pushing, but gently rest for sort of a little bit of resistance. Rest that left hand against the right fingers. And again, this is one where your body will tell you, your forearm muscles will wake up and you'll go, oh, that's too much. And if it is, you can just keep your arm just like this as well. And then we're going to point those fingers down. Same thing, the left hand comes on the back of your right hand if that's comfortable, or you can leave it on your lap. Give it gentle pressure. Nice work. And then we're going to switch arms. So now left hand out, fingers pointed up, right hand comes over and gives a little resistance on the left hand, left fingertips. And then go ahead and point the left hand fingers down. Right hand comes to the back of the left hand, or again, it can just stay resting right on your lap. Good work. Now, if it's comfortable, go ahead and shake them out. It doesn't have to be really hard, or it can be crazy and whatever feels good. Shake out those wrists. We just did a lot of work. Go ahead and wiggle the fingers a little. And then we're going to clasp our hands together. And this one's much trickier than it seems, but it's really good for wrist joint mobility. We're going to make figure eights with just our hands. Your arms will move a little, but we don't want our arms going all around here. We want to try to do it just with our wrist. Isolate the wrist joints and muscles and see if you can make figure eights. Good work. Now, once you have the hang of it, we're going to make it tricky, and we're going to reverse direction. And this is where it gets real tricky. So you want to do a figure eight in the opposite direction. It's probably going to be opposite your dominant hand. And this one, it still doesn't look like I'm doing it super wonderfully, but it took me a lot of practice just to learn how to do it reverse. And this is something you can practice even sitting at a desk, sitting in your bed before you fall asleep. This is a great way to promote blood flow and wrist joint mobility. All right, okay, one more time. Wiggle those fingers, shake those wrists out. Nice job. Now we're going to move on to our lower body. We woke up our neck, we woke up our shoulders, we woke up our elbows and our wrists. Let's move on to our lower body. So we're going to do a leg lift. We're going to breathe in, raise our leg up. And any amount is fine. If it only wants to raise here, or if it's pretty much on the ground, wherever is good. You can also take your hands and clasp them behind your thigh if that helps to support it, because we are going to do ankle rotations if that's available to you. But you can always do this clasp. Try to keep your body as straight as you can, your back, but you can clasp at any point to support the leg while doing the ankle rotations. So there's always a lot of variations we can do. We're going to rotate one direction, then the other, switch it around. All right, and then we're going to lower our leg, and we're going to move to the other leg. So opposite leg, breathe in, lift it up, and again, go ahead and support behind the thigh as needed. Otherwise, roll that ankle with it supported by the chair, rolling both directions. We want to work out any kinks in our ankles. Nice job. And then bring it back down. Now we're going to use our straps. So if you don't have a strap, you can absolutely do this exercise without a strap, but a strap is really supportive, and it can also give you a deeper stretch while making sure you're being safer. Sometimes we push ourselves into a deep stretch, and then all of a sudden we go, ooh, something didn't feel right. With the support of the strap, you're more gently guiding it, but you can get a deeper stretch while still being supportive. So if we're using a strap, we're going to lift our leg up, or you can go down to your foot, whichever is more comfortable in your body. We want to try to put it around the ball of our feet, kind of around, not up all the way to our toes, not all the way down by our heel or our low arch, kind of right around the balls of our feet. And then I'm having my right leg lifted first. So I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to grasp both parts of the strap in this hand. You can also use two hands if you want, but you're going to have to twist your arms more. And if you are okay with using one hand, that arm will just follow that leg. So it's really more of a personal preference and comfort mobility option for you today. So lift that leg up. And first we're just going to hold it out in front of us. Make sure it feels comfortable. You can give it a little wiggle. Good work. And then we're going to bring it to the side any amount. You want to keep your other leg, in this case my left leg, flat. And you want to bring it to the side any amount that's comfortable. If this starts to twinge, bring it right here. Or maybe you're just going to hold it in front of you today and that's more than enough stretch for you. Listen to your body and find the point at which you feel kind of your appropriate edge. You feel a good stretch, but you're not causing yourself any pain. Good work. Okay. And then, if it's available, we're going to switch hands with the strap and bring the leg gently across our body, very gently. And if that's not available, just keep your leg here. And again, you can lower your leg at any point that it needs a break. Take a breath there. And then on your next exhale, lower it. Great job. Okay, now we're going to move on to the other leg. Same exercise, other leg. Now you may have already started to notice, I even noticed when we were doing our neck exercises that today my neck seems very mobile in this direction and this direction not so much. So maybe I slept funny or did something again yesterday. You're going to really start to notice that both sides of your body don't always operate the same as each other. They may operate together, but a lot of times, especially if you have an injury or some sort of other bodily challenge, one side might be compensating for the other, and you don't even realize it till you start doing these types of stretches. So again, a good point to listen to your body. So here I have my left leg in my strap around the balls of my feet, the ball of my foot. I'm holding the strap in my left hand, and I'm bringing my foot out any amount. Now for me, my right foot seemed to want to go out further. My left foot doesn't want to go all the way to the side. It wants to go right here. So I'm going to honor that and not put any injury into my body. I'll take a few breaths here. And then on your next exhale, go ahead and either bring your leg here, bring it down for a rest, or do that slight cross body. You'll feel it kind of in your inner thigh. You also feel it on the outer part of your calf as you do this. Take a breath there. And then on your next exhale, lower that foot. Nice job. Okay, so now we're going to do what seems relatively simple, but again, it's great for joint mobility. We're going to do some heel lift and lowers. So if I'm on the side, it's just going to look like that, and I'm pointing and flexing my foot, but my toes stay on the ground. And we're going to do 3 or 4 of them. So we're going to breathe in and breathe out. Nice work. Breathe in and breathe out. Once more. Breathe in and breathe out. Great job. Okay, so that was our lower body portion. Now we're going to move on to our back. We did a little bit of upper back when we were doing the shoulders, but we're going to get some good spinal mobility in these next few exercises. The reason I'm kind of breaking these out for you as well is that if you come back to this workout, you can kind of remember, oh, I have a pain in my knee or some tightness in my lower body, so I can fast forward to that part and do the segment on the lower body. Or it's all shoulders and neck today, so I want to focus on that area. So now, this is our back segment. We're going to breathe in, raise our arms up to the sky, breathe out, bring your right hand to your left knee, bring your left arm either just simply down at your side or onto the back of your chair. And then you can keep your gaze straight to the left or look over your left shoulder if that's comfortable in your neck. We're going to breathe in. As we breathe in, we lengthen our back a little. And as we breathe out, we take a little bit of a deeper twist, any amount. Try that once more. Breathe in, straighten and lengthen. Breathe out and twist. Good job. So we're going to breathe in, come back to center on the exhale, and let's do that on the other side. So breathe in, arms up to the sky. Breathe out, left hand comes to right knee. Right arm goes down at your side or to the back of your chair. And then your gaze can be straight to the right or over your right shoulder as your neck allows. And then we're going to breathe in, straighten and lengthen. Breathe out and twist any amount. Breathe in, straighten and lengthen. Breathe out, twist any amount. Breathe in one last time, and on the exhale, come back to center. Nice job. And now we're going to do some side stretches. I like to call them rainbow stretches, especially when I do them with the kids, but it's nice imagery as an adult as well. So you're going to put your left hand on your lap, raise your right hand up as you breathe in, and then reach over, bend to the left any amount. Now you want to keep this area between your arm and your head open. You don't want to kind of hunch over. So keep it open, your chest will stay open, and you can kind of peer out and up if you want to, or just look straight ahead. Nice work. On your next exhale, come back to center, and then we're going to do that on the other side. Right hand on your lap, left arm down beside you. Breathe in. Raise that arm up and over towards the right on the exhale. Again, leaving space, leaving your chest open, really getting a good stretch. All right, nice work. Now we're going to do cat-cow. So if you've done this with me before, you know what we're doing. If you don't, just follow along. We're going to breathe in, and we make sure our chest is open. We let our belly kind of puff out with our breath, and we can even bring our chin tilted up and look towards the sky if that's available. And as we breathe out, we round our shoulders, round back like we're a Halloween cat. Nice job. Breathe in. Open that chest, let the belly sag, eyes towards the sky. Breathe out and round your back. Let's do that one more time. This one, at least for me, feels really great today. Breathe in, chest open, shoulders back, gaze towards the sky. Breathe out, round your back, look just like a cat. And then come back to center. All right, so we have done a lot of different warming up and a lot of different, not even warming up, just movement of all of our different joints. We're going to put it all together for a really quick little warrior series. So, warrior series looks like this, and there's many different ways we can do it, so I'm going to offer the variations along the way. We are going to turn in our chairs, and I have my left leg forward, and I want to have it as bent as much of a 90-degree angle as available to me. And then I'm going to kick my right leg out behind me. So I'm really sitting at the edge of my chair to be able to do this. Now, if this is not comfortable for you, you can keep this leg bent and still do the arm motions with us. I just want to make sure you're not kind of torquing your body in a way that's uncomfortable. So I have my right leg out behind me. I have my left leg bent forward 90 degrees. And I'm going to breathe in. Raise my arms into warrior two. And we try to keep them about parallel. Then I'm going to breathe in. And on the exhale, I'm going to let my right hand slide down my right leg. And I'm going to do a back bend any amount and let my left arm come up and sort of over my head. This is reverse warrior. And then on my next inhale, I'm going to bring my left arm down to my left leg. And on the exhale, I'm going to either raise my arm straight up overhead or bring it, and you can see this whole angle or whole line that my body makes for extended side angle pose. Take a breath here. On your next exhale, come back to center. Great work. So you can probably feel that all that different joint movement that we did, it's really all working together in this warrior pose. And if it's available to you, if you want to stand up and do warrior pose next to your chair, you can always do a full warrior pose next to your chair. You can hold on to your chair and do the same thing we're doing in a standing posture. Extended side angle looks like this. Or you can do it without the chair at all. So it all depends what support you're looking for. You can also turn the chair and do it this way, and that might give you the more support for doing a warrior pose. So definitely please feel free to play with that. All right, now we're going to switch to warrior pose. On the other side, I'm going to do it in the chair again. So I have my right leg sitting on the edge of my seat. My right leg is in the front, bent at 90 degrees. My left leg is kicked out behind me. You can keep your toes up sort of like a, I'll move my water bottle so you can see. You can keep your toes up sort of like a lunge, or put your foot angled out and flat in more of a warrior position, a traditional warrior position. I don't really fuss over the foot positioning because I feel like, especially when you're already working with the chair and everything else, find what's comfortable in your body. All right, so we're going to breathe in and put our arms out into warrior two position. Again, we're looking for that straight line if possible. We're going to breathe in, and then as we breathe out, let your left hand run down the back of your left leg. Bring your right arm up and overhead in a gentle back bend into a reverse warrior. And then as we breathe in, we're going to bring our right forearm down onto our right thigh. As we breathe out, raise our hand up into the sky, or make that nice long line for an extended side angle. And you can even see, as I'm trying to show you, it's harder to show you the line on this side. Nice job. And then come back to center. That was really great work. Okay, so we're getting towards the end of the class. We're going to cool down a little, and then I'm going to show you the various restorative postures to take a rest at the end of class. I'm not going to keep the class going, so that way you can rest on your own, and you can take all the time you want for resting, but I'll make sure to set you up right so you know how to take a good rest after yoga. So we are going to do, it's actually kind of like the serving tray that we did before, but this one we're going to push our hands out as we breathe in, arms up. And then as we breathe out, you bring your arms, keep your thumbs up, keep your hands flat, elbows wide, and you can touch your cheeks if you want, but you're basically wiping like you're wiping down your cheeks. Elbows into your side, shoulder blades are going to go down your back, and then let your hands fall down. Okay, let's try that one more time. Breathe in, push those hands out strong in front of you. Breathe out, bring your hands back towards your cheeks. Pretend you're wiping down the sides, elbows into your sides, shoulder blades down your back, and hands down. Nice work. Let's do one more. This is a great way to sort of slowly release any of the tension we might have built as we were doing our yoga. So breathe in, arms out in front. Breathe out, hands come back down towards the cheeks. Wipe down, elbows to the sides, shoulder blades down and back. Nice work. Okay, so we are going to do some leg lifts like we did before, but instead of using the strap or doing major ankle rotations, we're just going to lift our legs and point our toe and flex our toe. Point our toe and flex our toe. Remember, you can always support behind the thigh. Point our toe and flex our toe. Bring your leg down. Switch. Take the opposite leg. Breathe in, and we're going to point our toe, flex our toe. Keep that leg lifted. Point our toe. And again, you can support behind the thigh. Flex our toe. One more. Point our toe. Flex our toe. Great work. And then just like we started with a breathing exercise, we're going to end with the breathing exercise. It's a nice way to sort of bookend a yoga workout in my mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in. Stretch those arms out really wide, as much as available to you, to the sides. And then as you exhale, bring your arms in. Cross one over the other. I have my right arm on the bottom. Just check what arm is on the bottom. Grasp your shoulders if that's available. If not, you can grasp lower on your back, or you can just kind of grasp elbows. So we're giving ourselves a big squeeze. Breathe in one more time. Kind of raise up, and then exhale. Let it all out. Great work. And we're going to do that one more time with the reverse hand. So whatever was on the bottom, mine was the right. I'm going to put my left on the bottom this time. And if you put the same arm on the bottom again, you still get a great hug. So it really doesn't matter. It's just nice to try and keep our bodies balanced. So breathe in. Arms wide and out to the sides. Try to remember which one you had and flip the arm order. Good job. Bring them in as you exhale. Squeeze. Breathe in. Straighten your back and breathe out and let it all go. That is a great breath. Anytime you feel like you need a hug, especially if there's no one else around, that's a great breath that I feel like can help calm and center you. You can just give yourself the act of even giving yourself a hug can be really wonderful. Close your eyes and enjoy it. So now we've come to the end of our class. And I really want to make sure that everyone takes a minute to restore. So I'm going to do a little bit with you in child's pose, but I just want to remind you of the other postures that you could choose to use. So if you want, you can end class here. And if you have to run off to your day, go for it. Otherwise, I highly recommend 2 to 5 minutes of just taking a nice little relaxation to let everything, all the work you did, the hard work, sink in. Now, you can lay flat on the ground. And you could also, it's good to have some cushioning, so either a yoga mat or a padded floor like carpet. You could also find a bed or a couch and just take a little 5-minute relax with your hands at your side and just make sure you're completely relaxed. You can even walk yourself through your muscles and just sink into the couch or the bed that you're on. If you want to elevate your feet, which can be a great option if that works for your body. Some people it doesn't work if they have high blood pressure or things like that. But if it's available to you, you can do it in this way and put your feet up on your chair, lay down, and take Shavasana that way. You can also do a full legs up the wall, where you would scoot your bum towards the wall and bring your legs up on a wall. You could bring them wide. You could also put a pillow or a blanket under your hips and bottom to support it a little more. Otherwise, feel free to join me in child's pose on our chairs. So for child's pose, you can get creative. You can use a block covered in a blanket. I'm bringing pillow and one of my blankets, and actually another pillow because I'm a short person. Okay, so there we go. And I'm going to stretch over, and you mainly just want to feel a lot of comfort. So go ahead and put your face down on your pillow. Take a nice deep breath in, and let it go out all the way, nice and slowly. Another deep breath in, let it all the way out. One more deep breath in. Let it all the way out. And then let your breathing return to normal and just start to feel all the muscles in your body relax. All your muscles worked so hard for you today. You did such an excellent workout, so make sure that you say thank you, body, for all that hard work, and you let the muscles in your feet and your calves and your thighs relax. Make sure your knees, even if they're bent, feel soft, not tight or rigid. Let the muscles in your bum relax, the muscles in your core and your abdomen, those work so hard for you every day. The muscles in your low back and upper back, just let them kind of melt into the posture. Let the muscles in your shoulders relax, your upper arms, your lower arms, your hands and fingers. And make sure your wrists and elbows feel gentle and soft as well. And make sure that you relax the muscles of your face and your jaw. That's an area we hold a lot of tension. If your tongue is actually pushed up against the roof of your mouth and the top of your top teeth, go ahead and let it sink down to rest on the bottom of your mouth behind your lower teeth. It's another area we hold tension. Make sure there's no creases in your forehead. Let every skin and muscle smooth in your face. Then take one more nice deep breath. Let it out. And come back up to sitting. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you had a great time. I hope all your joints feel a little more mobile and a little more ready to tackle whatever else you have today. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Namaste.